Hello all and welcome to another episode of the Kontakt Script Programmer. Today we're going to be looking at 4.4, which is the UI label. We've used a few of these before, so this is going to be a nice short one. We declare it by saying UI label and then the variable name and then just the width and height of the label. So that will kind of change depending on what sort of text you want to put inside it. Our script is just on initialization, we declare a label called label 1, 1 wide and 1 high, 1 unit that is. We set the text to label 1 as small label, and then we declare a new label. We set the label as label 2, that's 3 wide and 6 high. We set the text to big label, and then we add a text line label 2. So we add another line underneath it with a second text line, so you can't just sort of hit enter and keep typing. The second half of this is just hiding parts of it, so hiding the background elements, which is a really, really popular way to do it, especially when you start adding in your own graphics or your own UI functionality, where if you want to do your own knobs and labels and things like that and use your own text. So we'll build this one pretty quickly. So first up, we just, on initialization, we declare a UI label called label 1, 1, 1. We set the text to the label 1 and we call it, comma, small label. Then we declare a UI label and we call it label 2, 3, 6. I just got to remember to do commas instead of those. We set the text to label 2 as big label. Then we add a text line to label 2 called with a second line. Again, I don't know why I'm not, there we go. And on. If I add another text line to label 2, third line, that's the problem. There we go. It will just continue to add more and more steps. Okay, so if we don't set the height enough, it will get a neat little scroll bar, which is a pretty popular way to do like credits, having your credits written like this and then just adding text lines whenever you run out. If we have it too small, you have a really rough kind of thing where it jumps out. We can have some issues there, but it's another handy way to use it. Further to that, we use this hide part, and I'm just going to show you the documentation for that. Here we go. So we hide specific parts of the UI. So for instance, we could, we pick the name, so we hide part and then the name and then the mask, and the mask is just which part of the UI we want to hide. So if we hide part BG, we hide the background. If we hide the value, we hide value, title, mod, light. So let's put these together and see what we kind of get out of it. So if I throw out hide part, label, we'll just do label 1. So you can kind of see it on a regular old label, and then I'll do label 2 as well. Label 1, and then what we need to do is just plug in one of these. So we'll start with hide part BG. We can see that that background goes away and we just have the font, or just have the text, which is handy. Let's hide the value and see what happens there. That way we're going to obviously have the background, but have no value, which it only going to work for the value of knobs. So we're going to be able to use the hide part BG, but we won't be able to use any of the others until we get to knobs. Okay, so when we use a knob, I'll make sure to show you these each of these so that you can really get a custom knob look that you really like. So that's how we use labels in Kontakt. I will see you next time.